I was wondering if you could give us some of your personal thoughts on why an MBA is still valuable in terms of the return on investment and in terms of the timescales one can expect.
Yeah, so I think first of all I would say that the MBA is not the right qualification for lots and lots of people. So if you are a scientist and you want to remain a scientist for the rest of your career, an MBA is probably going to be a waste of money. If you are working in the law profession, anyone who wants to stick with what they're doing today in a non-business environment probably shouldn't do an MBA, and some people do. So it's important to make that point. But the MBA is a very, very vocational qualification. It's a very flexible qualification. So it's very good for career changes. Roughly half, 40 to 50% of the people who take an MBA do so to bring about a career change. And if they're simply looking to change their geography or their function, they can be successful. If they're looking to change geography, function and industry, that might be a step too far. But the MBA has proven to be a very successful qualification for career changes. In terms of the return on investment that they can achieve from the MBA, every business school and every individual is different. You can look at averages, but it's a very personal decision. If you're already earning $100,000 a year and you're going to have to invest $120,000 in the MBA qualification, then it's going to take you a long time to achieve a positive net present value on that investment. Sure. The payback period is going to be quite long. The reality is that the majority of people who do an MBA are earning, on average, not the majority, on average, people are earning between $30,000 and $50,000 a year. The average is in the region of $40,000 a year. So if you look at tuition fees of on a 2-year program of say $100,000, with a 2-year program, you take the opportunity cost of the salary foregone over the 2-year period. You take into account the investment in tuition, books, accommodation that's incremental to your normal expenditure. Then you would, and you then look at the post-MBA salary that you will achieve on graduation, and the average coming out of the US is a compensation figure of about $110,000 a year, about $105,000 a year in Europe. Then you're looking at a payback period of about 3.5 years. Now if you imagine that you're a young 28, 29-year-old and you're going to be working for another 25 years, and your salary grows at an average compound rate of 7% per annum, then after 3.5 years you're going to be in the black, and the net present value on your investment of $100,000 is probably going to be $2-3 million over the lifetime of your working life. The MBA can actually give you the tools to be able to make good investment decisions, and what I've done is just apply a very classic net present value calculation to the MBA investment to demonstrate that for the majority of people it's a very positive return. And I didn't mention that for a 1-year program you obviously have less of an opportunity cost salary foregone, and so the payback period is even shorter. Typically it's 2.5 years payback period for a 1-year MBA program.
Had any advice to people embarking on the same sort of journey?
So we've already said that an MBA is a big investment. To take an MBA at Wharton today would cost over the 2 years in tuition alone about $110,000. So I think the advice I offer any MBA candidate is, first of all, be really rigorous in your own self-assessment. Really think about why you want to do an MBA, what you want to get out of it, what are the career outcomes that you want, which geography do you want to work, what's your sort of desired industry, so that you have a really good understanding of whether or not an MBA can help you and how an MBA can help you. Also think about budget and other lifestyle issues that can help shape your needs, and make a note of all those points so that it's there in black and white. And then be really rigorous in your research so that you can identify the schools that match the strength in the type of employer that you want to seek out, to have alumni in the industry that you're interested in, that have access to employment opportunities in geography that's relevant to you, that teach in the style that interests you, that has a specialization in the field that's pertinent to you, that's within your budget, etc., etc. So maybe it's my analytical mindset, but I think to make the right decision, you need to treat this as an analytical problem that you're quite rigorous about. I went to business school. My application to Wharton said I want to be an entrepreneur, and I believe that Wharton is one of the best schools in the world for developing entrepreneurs. I am now an entrepreneur, and my business education has been pretty fundamental to my career. I'm in the industry of business education, but it's also equipped me with a lot of the tools to help me manage the business in an effective way. So I think that I'm very happy to be a spokesperson for the MBA, because I genuinely believe in the value it can provide an individual.